Have you ever sat down to stream your favorite show, only to watch that spinning wheel of doom freeze your screen right in the middle of the best part? Or maybe you're trying to work from home and your video call keeps cutting out, making you sound like a robot stuck on repeat. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone, and today we're going to talk about why your internet might be crawling along at a snail's pace, and more importantly, a free fix you can try today that could get things moving again without spending a single dollar on new equipment or a pricier plan. Let's start with the obvious question. Why does internet speed slow down in the first place? For most homeowners, the assumption is that their internet service provider is simply not delivering what was promised, and sometimes that's true. But more often than not, the real culprits are hiding in plain sight, right inside your own home. Things like where your router sits, how many devices are connected at once, outdated equipment, background programs eating up bandwidth, and even something as simple as radio interference from your microwave or your neighbor's Wi-Fi network can all be silently dragging your speeds down. The good news is that many of these issues can be fixed without calling a technician or upgrading your plan. One of the biggest and most overlooked reasons for a slow connection is router placement. Homeowners often tuck their router away in a closet, behind the TV, or in a basement corner because it's not the prettiest piece of decor. But your router needs to breathe, and it needs a clear line of sight to the rest of your home. Walls, especially those made of brick, concrete, or metal, can seriously weaken a wireless signal. Even something as simple as a large mirror or a fish tank can interfere with the signal because of how radio waves interact with glass and water. The fix here costs nothing. Simply move your router to a central elevated location in your home, away from thick walls and large obstructions, and you may notice an immediate improvement in speed and consistency throughout every room. Another free trick that homeowners often forget is the classic restart. It sounds almost too simple to be true, but routers and modems are essentially small computers, and just like your laptop or phone, they can get bogged down over time with memory leaks, temporary glitches, and background processes that slow everything to a crawl. Unplugging your router and modem, waiting about 30 seconds, and plugging them back in can clear out these temporary hiccups and give your connection a fresh start. Many internet service providers actually recommend doing this once a week as routine home maintenance, yet most people never think to do it unless something goes seriously wrong. Now let's talk about something a little more technical but still completely free to fix, and that's your Wi-Fi channel. If you live in a house that's close to your neighbors, whether in a townhouse, a condo, or even a suburban street with homes packed close together, your Wi-Fi signal could be competing with theirs on the same frequency channel. This is a lot like too many people trying to talk over each other in a crowded room. Most modern routers have a setting that allows you to switch between different channels, and many can automatically select the least congested one if you enable that option in the router's settings. Free apps and built-in analyzer tools can show you which channels are the most crowded in your neighborhood, and switching away from those busy channels can noticeably speed up your connection. Let's shift gears and talk about DNS, which stands for Domain Name System. Think of DNS as the phone book of the internet. Every time you type a website address, your device asks a DNS server to translate that address into the right location on the internet. If your internet provider's default DNS server is slow or overloaded, it can add unnecessary delay to every single thing you do online, even if your actual internet speed is perfectly fine. The fix is completely free and takes just a few minutes. You can switch to a faster, more reliable public DNS service, and many homeowners report a noticeable improvement in loading times for websites and streaming services simply by making this small change in their network settings. Now, here's something that often gets overlooked in the age of smart homes. Every device connected to your Wi-Fi network is sharing that same pool of bandwidth. Smart thermostats, video doorbells, smart TVs, gaming consoles, tablets, and even smart light bulbs are all quietly using a portion of your internet connection, sometimes even when you're not actively using them. If you've added a lot of smart home upgrades over the years without ever checking what's connected, you might be surprised at just how many devices are pulling from your network at once. Most routers have an app or web interface that lets you see a full list of connected devices. Take a few minutes to go through that list and disconnect or pause anything you don't recognize or don't need running constantly. This simple home maintenance task can free up a surprising amount of bandwidth for the things that actually matter to you. Let's also talk about background programs on your computers and phones. Automatic updates, cloud backups, and streaming apps running in the background can silently consume your bandwidth without you even realizing it. If your video call is choppy or your web page is taking forever to load, it might not be your internet provider's fault at all. It could be that your laptop decided this was the perfect moment to download a major software update, or that a cloud backup service kicked in right when you needed speed the most. Checking your task manager or settings menu to see what's actively using data and pausing anything unnecessary is another completely free fix that can make an immediate difference. Now, if you've tried all of these steps and you're still noticing slowdowns, it might be time to look at something a little less obvious, which is internet throttling. Some internet providers slow down speeds during certain times of day when overall network traffic is high, and others may throttle specific types of activity like streaming or gaming. There are free online speed test tools you can use at different times of day to track your actual speeds and compare them to what you're paying for. If you consistently see a significant gap between what you're promised and what you're actually getting, this data becomes valuable information you can bring directly to your provider when requesting a fix or a possible account adjustment. Speaking of aging equipment, here's a home maintenance truth that often gets ignored. Just like an old furnace or an outdated water heater can quietly cost you more money every month, an old router or modem can be silently sabotaging your internet speed. Technology moves fast, and a router that was considered high-end 5 or 6 years ago may not be equipped to handle the number of devices and the amount of data usage in today's average household. While replacing equipment isn't always free, checking whether your internet provider offers a free equipment upgrade as part of your existing plan absolutely is. Many homeowners don't realize they're paying for a premium internet package while using outdated hardware that can't even deliver those speeds. So this is worth a quick phone call or a look at your account online. Let's not forget about firmware updates, which is another free and often ignored fix. Just like your smartphone needs software updates to function properly and securely, your router needs firmware updates too. These updates often include performance improvements and security patches that can directly affect your connection speed and reliability. Most routers allow you to check for and install these updates directly through their companion app or web interface. And doing this regularly should honestly become part of your monthly home maintenance checklist, right alongside changing your furnace filter or testing your smoke detectors. Here's another angle homeowners rarely consider, and that's the physical condition of your cables and connections. If you're using a wired connection for things like your smart TV, gaming console, or home office setup, an old or damaged Ethernet cable can absolutely be the hidden reason behind your slow speeds. Just like frayed electrical wiring can be a hidden home safety issue, a worn-out cable can quietly limit your internet performance without any obvious warning signs. Inspecting your cables for damage and ensuring they're securely connected is a simple, no-cost check that many people overlook simply because it's not something they think about until there's a problem. If you live in a larger home or a home with multiple floors, this next fix might be the missing piece of the puzzle. Wi-Fi signals weaken the further they travel from the router, and by the time that signal reaches your upstairs bedroom or your finished basement, it might already be a fraction of its original strength. While mesh Wi-Fi systems are a popular paid solution, many routers already come equipped with a built-in feature that allows you to extend or boost the signal without spending anything extra. And adjusting your router's antenna position or transmission power settings can also make a noticeable difference in how far and how strong your signal reaches throughout your home. At the end of the day, slow internet doesn't always mean you need to spend more money on a bigger plan or brand new equipment. In many cases, it comes down to a handful of simple, completely free home maintenance habits that most homeowners simply never think to try. Repositioning your router, restarting your equipment regularly, switching your Wi-Fi channel, updating your DNS settings, checking connected devices, monitoring background app usage, keeping your firmware updated, and inspecting your cables are all small steps that add up to a much smoother, faster, and more reliable internet experience. Just like maintaining your furnace, your roof, or your plumbing helps prevent bigger and more expensive problems down the road. Giving your home network a little regular attention can save you from unnecessary frustration and unnecessary spending. So before you pick up the phone to upgrade your plan or call a technician, take a few minutes today to try these free fixes and see just how much of a difference they can make in your everyday internet experience at home.